quite a while since my last video. Been like months, I think, for this channel, I think. So, no real excuse other than just kind of got bored of making videos for a while. But it's Friday night, I'm kicking back, just chilling to some music, and occurred to me, you know, I haven't made a video in months. Why not? I don't know. And I was like, why the heck not make another one, right? So, another vinyl update video. Yeah, so as you can imagine, it's been months, and because of that, I have quite a bit of stuff right now. What I did is that I just went through a lot of my stuff, and you know, picked out whatever I thought was new that I had gotten between now and my last video, and I'm just gonna share it with you. It's not all the stuff. I can already tell just by how much is there that it's not all the stuff I got it, but it was all that I could find just without thinking hard about it, or couldn't really find it. So I'm just gonna start going through some new stuff that I purchased, share it with you guys. First one that I got is, it's a single, and it's Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. I went through a little bit of a phase for Queen, especially just Bohemian Rhapsody. It's the only real song from Queen I know, yeah. But it was really cheap, and it works perfectly, so I'm very glad I have it. Next one I have, this one came in the mail today. It's my Southern Lord package. Nails, Obscene Humanity. Nails is releasing a new album pretty soon, and I had to get this. This will finish my discography once their new album comes out as well. And yeah, Entombed Worship Grind. I love it. Next one up is Better Days, Good Luck Tonight. This is a pop punk, more of a punk band, I guess. A little bit of hardcore, a little bit of punk in the vein of Lifetime and Kid Dynamite, those types of groups. So very, very good. I like them. They're a small group, very local, so more all love towards them. Next one up is Touche, Amore and the Casket Lotteries split that they have. Didn't really know they had this coming out. You know, I think that, but I did some research, and apparently Touche, Amore has been pretty busy with splits the past year or so. So found this pretty cheap. It was like, you know, $5 or $6 at like a Hot Topic or something, and it's really good. I mean, Touche Amore is always solid, and don't really know much about the Casket Lottery, but their Beach House cover they did on this split was really good. So I'm gonna jump into the 12-inch LPs that I have. The first one is Plans, Death Cab for Cutie. This is my favorite Death Cab for Cutie album. Like, this was the first album that I heard from them. I got into their stuff really late, and this was the first one I got. And it's their best album, I think. So of course, when I saw it, I picked it up. Very, very, very glad I have it. Next up is a classic, Pink Floyd's Animals. Never really cared for Pink Floyd that much until recently. Obviously, when I first started record collecting, Dark Side of the Moon was one of the first things I got, and oh yeah, I've picked up a couple other Pink Floyd's albums too, but this is really good. I love them. I love it. I can understand why it's so highly thought of. So yeah, my mind's being blown by it. Next up is another single. It's a 12-inch single. It's Motley Crue's Kickstart My Heart. It was, again, it's just, you know, 80s party rock, and that is something that I've kind of been into recently, you know. Been listening to a lot of radio, just local radio for the talk shows, and of course they play music every once in a while. And whenever they do, this song comes up a lot, and I can't help but think it's really good. So kind of continuing on that, but of course I think it's necessary. AC/DC Highway to Hell. This is really cheap. It was like $5, almost a perfect copy. So saw it, had to pick it up. And on top of that, AC/DC's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Again, $5. Why not? And continuing on, this is Beloved, their first EP, The Running. Beloved was a small Christian post-hardcore band from Solid State, one of their mid-older bands. I don't know, I think they're a very, very solid post-hardcore. They're one of the first post-hardcore bands I got into, so when I saw that they actually started releasing their stuff on vinyl, I had to pick up all their stuff. So I picked up that, and I also picked up their first and only full-length album that they released, Beloved Failure On. And yeah, this is I would consider this a masterpiece in my mind. I mean, personal opinion, of course. So, high school jams. Here we go. The Black Dahlia Murder, Nocturnal. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't even care, man. This was the stuff that I listened to in high school, and it freaking rocks. I love it. I could not believe they pressed it, so I had to buy it. It was one of those impulse buys. I had to get it. So, shifting gears really, really fast. Sorry. Miles Davis, a tribute to Jack Johnson. Believe it or not, this was the first Miles Davis album I actually picked up. I picked a Miles Davis album like from a hat, basically, figuratively speaking, and this was actually it. And loved it from the get-go. It was very hard to find, but I finally got it. So very glad. It's 2 songs, 2 just jam songs. I love it. Improvised. It was amazing. The new Deftones, Koi No Yokan, or Yokan, whatever, I don't know. Man, those guys, typical California stoner dudes, don't you think? But yeah, anyways, very recently a new fan of Deftones. Yeah, so with this new album, I really like it. It's a lot more smoother and chill, which is what I appreciate more with Deftones. I don't really like their harder stuff that much. Yeah, I really like the new direction they're going in. So, this is the beginning of a discography that I bought. I bought the entire Pedro the Lion's discography. This is, what is it? It's Hard to Find a Friend. I'm from Seattle. David Bazan. Gotta respect that guy. Winners never quit. And he reissued his entire discography, and I had to pick it up. I'm a huge fan of. Originally this was probably the main album that I knew of his, Control, and it's freaking amazing. Like, indie highlight, I think. Achilles Heel. And Pedro the Lion's The Only Reason I Feel Secure. And this is officially my most favorite Pedro the Lion album. It is, man, his rendition of, what was it? Come Thou My Vision. Oh, Be Thou My Vision. Yeah, his cover of it is just heart stopping. I'm a pretty spiritual person, and that cover of it just, whew. Here's something chunky. Into It Over It's 52 weeks. Look at this. I could not believe they decided to release this on vinyl. Look at this. 6 vinyl. This thing is amazing. This thing is just out of control chunky. And then it got a whole booklet on here of all the lyrics, a little bit of stories to go along with it. It got a pretty cool little back to it and everything. Look at the size of this thing. It is one chunky book. It's pretty cheap too. It was like $50, so relatively it was pretty cheap. I really like Into It Over It. Their old stuff particularly. I don't really care for his new stuff for the most part, but I really liked it. Needed to get it. This is How to Dress Well's Total Loss. Really like this guy. Very cinematic R&B, kind of like The Weeknd. And I also got the test pressing to go along with it, because the freaking album took forever to go through the pressing plant. But the label hooked me up, so they hooked up a lot of people, actually. They gave away a lot of free stuff for it. This is Chelsea Wolfe's Unknown Rooms. It's not their best stuff, I think. It's a lot of her older material that they decided to put on record on vinyl. But really glad I have it, and it is Chelsea Wolfe, so it is very solid, no doubt. Alright, wow, shoot, almost 9 minutes, 30 seconds. So this is Basements, I Wish I Could Stay Here. Nah, I never really cared for this type of pop punk for the most part, like Title Fight and those guys. But these guys really do it well, and it sounds really good on record. This is a very cheap album. It was like $7 in perfect condition and everything. I don't know why they were selling it that cheap, but on vinyl it sounds amazing. Like, it sounds a lot different actually compared to digital. So, But yeah, so this is Burial's Untrue. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Had to have it. So this is Converge's All We Love We Leave Behind. I probably should have more Converge than I have because I'm actually a really big fan of them. But yeah, first album I have from them. Gotta start somewhere, right? There we go. This is Opeth's Morning Rise. I found this today. I'm not even a huge fan of Opeth, but when I saw this, something in my said that I had to get it. So I bought it. I've listened to it a couple times today. Really like it. Last time I heard of Opeth was like maybe a year ago. And I don't know, I guess I'm listening to it with fresh ears for the first time because it's sounding really good. And this is actually a limited edition that I found out. It's like one of the first vinyl pressings back in like 2001, and it was limited to like 1,000 copies. They're selling for like $40 at least, and I got this for like 15. So very glad that I have it now. This is another group from Southern Lord, Baptist Bushcraft. It just came out like the other day, I think, and yeah, this is really heavily influenced from Converge, very heavily influenced from Pulling Teeth, those type of guys. And yeah, if you're really into hard-hitting, entombed worship, Converge worship, hardcore, punk, this is the kind of stuff to get. They're a really small band too, so send them all the love you have. couple more classics. This is Led Zeppelin's 4, so obviously have to have it. Obviously. Stairway to Heaven, man. Led Zeppelin's 2. Kind of had a little bit of a Led Zeppelin binge, but that's always a good thing to have, right? All right, closing it off. And this is seriously like, when I saw this on sale, my heart stopped. Like, this is probably like the reason I started record collecting, to be honest. So, with that being said, without further ado, this is The Sound Providers, An Evening with the Sound Providers. Holy crap. It's not really instrumental, but it's mostly instrumental hip-hop. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason that I started record collecting. This is a masterpiece in my mind. Fans of Blazo, Nujabes, No Saj Thing, DJ Nomak, those sort of groups. This is just amazing. DJ Cam, maybe a little bit of Jay Dilla. All that sort of good stuff. You know, the beats that beats that were inspired from like A Tribe Called Quest or Run DMC, those types. This is it. This is the quintessential, in my opinion, of it. I cannot sing more praises for it. So I cannot believe I have it. Well, that is what I got. And wow, 13 minutes. Anyways, I'll try to make more videos. If not, yeah. But I will definitely make videos within, eventually. So, may not be for a while, or it may be next week. I don't know. I can't make promises anymore. So, thanks for listening, guys.